Alrighty guys, we're back with another garden update, and I have a lot of stuff, kind of going on, lots of more stuff growing and all that stuff. So coming over here, just to begin with, we can clearly see, look at that, nice little growth over here. Now it did just rain a lot, but you're gonna be able to see why, because yeah. So these are the snapdragons, I think. So I'm gonna have to clear this out. But as you can see, these ones are still doing good. I let them kind of out. I do need to still transplant them, or transport, whatever it's really called, just to like in the ground. The broccoli is doing really well, actually. Probably should. Oh, okay. You know what? Let me just do that. Oh, that could. Oh, this. Yep. All right. So the broccoli still doing good. I'm not gonna water them too much. Thankfully, I got a new watering can, and it perfectly waters them. It doesn't do too much. It isn't too little. It does a good amount. The lemon balm, as you can see, is like taking over all the sticks. There's only like this little piece left, but I have no worries that it's gonna take over that pretty easily. Over here, I forgot what this was. What is this? Greek oregano? Pretty nice. I think that might be the same thing. I'm not entirely sure, but that's also still been doing really good, as you can see. Over here, lots of more stuff. The bees pollinated the heck out of these. I think it's a spearmint, so I don't think that's spearmint. I'm not gonna lie, but not much for that stuff. Marigolds from last year, I think. Whatever those are growing, those are weeds. But all the marigolds and some weeds and some other stuff is also really growing, so that's really nice. Coming over here, all the bachelor buds have started growing. Not all of them. There's also some other stuff, but yep, all that stuff growing. I think these were from last year. I would have to go back to my older videos, but yes, of course. I have planted some stuff over here. We planted our hollyhock, which are meant to have black flowers. I really hope I just didn't get to the right time for them to bloom, maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but I hope so. So I planted a few packets over here, actually. I planted quite a few packets, actually. Coming over here, we have, now, I don't know if these are weeds. I think some of these are weeds, like, that's a weed, but I planted multiple morning glories. We have a nice variety of them. And then over here, I think that's one. I planted some other stuff over here. I'm not entirely sure. I now planted a star flower. It's like star fruit, like a fruit flower, I think, something like that. Apparently, it goes like nectar or something that butterflies can have or something. But you can also take it and make like a jelly. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to look it up again, which I can obviously do. Make a community post. Oh. I can make a community post. I can add that little fun fact, little thing tonight when I do the community post stuff. We're gonna go over here to the lettuce. These are dandelions. I low-key thought this was like a mushroom, and I kind of squished one that was like over there, but it's all good. The lettuce is going good. Let me show you guys this one. This one's still growing good. Lots of carrots. I planted thousands of carrots. That's a lot of ants. I planted lots of carrots over here, and I planted some parsley over here because it says it keeps away insects, but as you can see, there's lots of ants and stuff, so I'm not entirely, I don't know how factual that is. Lots and lots of lettuce over here. I don't think the ants are really coming over here too much, so that's pretty good. I don't want them coming over here. Lots of lettuce. Look at all this. We got iceberg lettuce, and then we got a different type, so I don't know. Over here, I planted some, it was like, one was evening glories, and then one of them was like moonlight or something. I'm not entirely sure, but planted some other stuff over here. Full sun, so I grew them over here. I planted watermelon and cantaloupe. Actually, I think some stuff is starting to grow. I'm not entirely sure, but hopefully something grows over here. I think that might be something. So I'm not entirely sure. I planted like 2 packets. One watermelon, one cantaloupe. I hope those grow really nicely. Coming over here, these have been starting to grow nicely. We got. Now I didn't know this, but clovers, if they just keep growing, they grow into these little funny shapes, which I think is pretty cool. I just never saw clovers like that in my entire life, so I think that's really cool. I think there's a bee around here. I think that's a bee. That's a pretty fast thing for a bee. Oh well. So of course we got more dandelions and whatnot, and other stuff. So that's pretty cool. We have some stuff from last year. I think one of these might be a Chinese lantern, which that never grew. But besides those, we got some other stuff. All this stuff has started growing really nice again. I don't think any flowers are gonna grow, but who knows? Over here, something's growing. I planted blue bonnets over here, Texas blue bonnets, but I'm not entirely sure if they're gonna grow. I have a lot of stuff growing over here, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Sorry. One of the bulbs I planted started growing. I think it's that place that's right there that grows a lot. I think that one over there is one too. I know I planted one over here, and then like one over here, but I'm not sure if this one's gonna grow because there's a lot of stuff that started growing. Now, this is my prized possession. I'm not gonna lie. Meet Drug, everybody. This is Drug. This is my child. She's a strawberry plant. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Hey, get out of here. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I just planted it yesterday. It was indoor for 2 days, but I was like, all right, it's starting to look good. It's healthy, so I kind of softened the thing, made the roots expand or something like that. Whatever I was meant to do. And yeah, so I just saw something over here. I just want to make sure. What is this? Just a weed. I thought it was one of those bulbs. So over here we have a wildflower mix that's still kind of growing. I think there's some weeds in here, but there's also other stuff. So that's pretty cool. And we have these kind of like lined up. So that's all cool. Over here we have a bunch of different marked clovers. More stuff over here. This was the one I stepped on. It looks like it started doing good with all the rain. I did leave it alone. I don't know what this is, but it seems like some of this stuff is starting dying. But everything else is still really growing a lot. So I'm hoping that I actually get some flowers from it. I think it was meant to be white flowers, like a bunch of small white flowers. So hopefully that grows. I think some of this stuff has been grown. You can see that some of this stuff has also been growing. I don't know what this is. I think this one is a mix. This is a mix. You can really tell there's not much weeds in here. Besides, like, gosh dang, these are weeds. This is a weed. Yep, weed. Weed. Oh, hey, can I get the weed? Yeah. Throw these weeds out. Okay. So I just wanted to throw the weeds out. But yeah, this is starting to grow really good. I planted one over here because I was like, that's kind of what I did last year. So I thought it'd be a good idea to do it again. Over here we have another mix, which I don't know why I planted just right here. That was the most dumbest choice of all time. These are cucumbers. I planted one pack. I thought they died. So I planted another pack. I think all the cucumbers I planted are starting to grow because I didn't plant this many. And those are not weeds. Guys, look at your bubble. It's a bubble, guys. Pretty cool. We got some bumblebees going on. Of course, we planted another mix right here. I think this was also be part of it, but I'm not entirely sure. Probably my fault for spreading it bad, but yep. Coming over here, this from last year. Not too much going on, but still some that was able to survive last year. I think a mix kind of survived over here or something. I'm not entirely sure. All the bees following us. So cute. Over here, I planted some stuff. I'm not entirely sure what. I know I planted... Bye, bee. I planted some stuff over here, I think. I planted sunflowers. I don't think I planted zeniths. I planted something else. But I planted stuff over here. I planted sunflowers. So hopefully a sunflower grows because I don't know where the bee is. But the bees love the sunflower from last year. I know I did. Oh, no, this boots. But I know I did, of course, because it was really nice. I did grow corn over here, but I don't think any of it's going to grow. I think it's just because it got taken over by weeds, sadly. So, which is sad, but we got carrots, parsley, lettuce, a bunch of other stuff. I hate that there's ants a lot, so that kind of sucks, I'm not going to lie. I don't really know what to do with that. I can try and look up what to do with that and see if I can find a solution for that. So, yeah. I just realized this 9 minutes long so far, gosh dang. But I have been growing lots of stuff. I think some stuff I actually waited until either this month or next month until I can start growing them. So I probably, depending on how much I can get, I might still be planting some stuff. Because now that all this stuff hasn't really grown at all, I might be able to like completely change like this area. I need to plant those. I'm gonna plant them right next to the broccoli. Zoom out a little bit. I'm gonna plant them right next to the broccoli because I think that's gonna be really good for them. They seem to be doing well right next to them in the spot. So, and the broccoli doesn't really spread too much. I do like that about the lettuce actually, for like spreading, because the weeds spread a lot. The birds are being nitpicky about me being next to the bird feeder, I think. So, those, I like that lettuce. Not only do they survive over like a year, I think they're kind of, I know with bluebonnets you're meant to apparently plant them a year before, and that's kind of what happened with the lettuce. I don't know if that's, maybe that was like that type of lettuce I had, because the iceberg grew like a couple pieces, but not all of them grew. So I don't know what happened right there. Maybe they just needed more water. I'm not sure. But yeah, we got some other stuff, just like random stuff growing. A bunch of seeds from the bird feeder that, dude, I keep having to refill it so often because they just keep eating. They're like big little things. These don't look like weeds, so I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, I'll look at to see how to get ants away and all that good stuff. But until then, that's gonna be it. As you guys can see, a lot of green stuff, and I'm really happy. I like looking at that. It smells like poo-poo because I'm right next to farmland, and guess what? They're spraying all that stuff. So could also be the trash because we have like a dog waste bucket. So I think that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. This video is a little bit longer than I expected, but I had a lot of extra stuff, new stuff growing, so eventually it's just going to be like a show and tell every week. Pretty much me just showing the flowers. Eventually. Maybe a month or two, possibly 3 from now, but yeah. That was going to be all. I did put that black tarp up so the dogs can't get in. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.